Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. We are back with a brand new review for the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Season 12, Episode 8. If you are new here, then welcome. I give lighthearted reviews with a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade and a whole lot of detail. If you're back for a second or third time, then welcome back. Y'all, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you get anything out of the content. Now, y'all, let's get into it if we gonna get into it. When the episode first opens up, Cherie and Garcelle meet up. Finally, Garcelle has some backup. Now, she got Sutton, but honey, we just need someone with a little bit more oomph. And I think Cherie will get into it if she needs to get into it. Okay. So she's walking with Garcelle in the park and she's telling her about, her birthday and how she went to Paris and how Will was there. And Garcelle was like, was Jada there? And she was like, no, she does her own thing. She has her own life. I'm sure she does. Okay. We know all about her own life. So then Garcelle sets the record straight and tells us that she dated Will after he divorced Cherie and they didn't know each other. Okay, but now y'all do, child, and you probably ain't doing nothing with Will, no way. Moving forward. So then they started talking about Garcelle's birthday and how everybody's going to be there. But Garcelle is delusional in thinking that all these heifers going to get along. Okay, it wouldn't be a proper get-together if it wasn't some foolery happening. In the next scene, Crystal is doing an IG reel or something she doing, child, making cocktails for Christmas. And Rob arrives back at the house, right? So her brother is there and he's a pop star and he was out of the country. So Rob is telling them about a movie that he's producing based on a children's book. So his brother takes the kids and he goes away. So he asked Crystal about Mexico and she was like, it was fine. So he was like, okay, so how did Diana do? So Crystal said, it was like my first trip. But she handled it very well. It's different because, when you jab her, she's diabolical. Girl, please. Ain't nobody scared of her licking her lips back and forth, child. Moving forward. In the next scene, Kyle is at home helping her daughter with her Friendsgiving, and she's asking Mauricio to come with her to Garcelle's birthday party. He was like, well, I gotta see. Mauricio, you ain't doing nothing, okay? Go on, show up, child. You don't show up for nothing else, just go on, show up for this. So he was like, who all gonna be over there? Mauricio said, who all gonna be there? Because listen, I don't really know if I want to go. Who all gonna be there? I know that's right. So she's like, yeah, Rena won't be there because she's doing that show with Harry. Trust me, she won't be Miss Child. And so Kyle was like, well, I'm guessing Diana isn't coming. And she said, we had this group text and I sent a message on Sunday morning saying that I hope you girls are getting some rest. I'm so tired. And then Diana wrote back, well, I don't normally do this in a group text, but doctors are putting me on bed rest to stop bleeding. This trip and flying and drinking and burning my candles from both ends, bleeding for 8 weeks straight after a miscarriage and 4 major surgeries that followed in the last few weeks to save my uterus was not an very, very intelligent thing to do. I usually wouldn't share this in a group text because it makes me look like a whining bee, but Garcelle, which was misspelled, okay, and on purpose, might think I'm rude. So there it is. You know what? The fact that Rena gonna say, I love Diana, she's as shady as I am. No, she's a raging, okay, just like you are. Okay, let's not get that confused. Child, please. You made sure to say I usually don't send things in a text, but Garcelle may think I'm rude, but there you have it. You know what? It's so strange to me that she's created this imaginary beef with Garcelle, the black lady, okay? Diana, I see right through you, okay? I see right through you. I see exactly what you're doing because you really have no reason to be up in arms with Garcelle. She said what you said was rude. That's how she felt. And all of a sudden you have this huge problem with her. Girl, please, so transparent. Moving forward. In the next scene, Erika's doing a photo shoot for Pretty Mess Hair. Child, everybody got a hairline. Get Portia on the phone. We got Go Naked. We got Pretty Mess. And it's a pretty naked mess. So they're getting Erika together for the photo shoot. And they're sewing something on her sleeve. And she starts talking about her grandmother and how they were very much alike. The grandmother would cuss people out, but she had the biggest heart. Did you think about your grandmother when those elderly, widowed orphans were looking for their money? I'm just curious, because that right there gave me nothing. And y'all all know how I feel about a grandmother story. I love my grandmother, but It's just something about when Erika says anything to me here lately, it just gives me the heebie-jeebies, honey. It's giving nothing. In the next scene, Sutton goes to Dorit's house and she gets introduced to Dorit's mother, right? And she's like, after the break-in, I called very few people, but I had to call my family. Okay, Dorit. Oh, my goodness. Okay, we got it. So Dorit tells a story about how strong her mother is. Her grandmother had a heart attack in the air and she thought that her mom was going to fall apart, but she kept it together. This must be a theme, the grandmother stories, because first Erika says something about her grandmother and then Dorit says something about hers. Now that is something for you to have a heart attack in mid-air. Oh my goodness, I could not imagine. I would have fell the hell apart. Okay, I'm going to tell you right now. So Dorit, yes, I have to agree with you that your mother is strong because I would have fell smooth the hell apart. They would have had to slap me to make me come to, honey, because my nerves would have been shot. So they go to sit down to have a little drink, her and Sutton tells her she's on testosterone. She's like, have you noticed the change? And Dorit in the confessional, she's like, oh, that explains it. No, that does not explain it. What explains it is the fact that Sutton is no longer taking y'all's BS. If you can dish it, then you should be able to take it. Because last season, y'all had her crying and tucking her tail between her legs and going on back down to Kyle's rental house. This season, she's like, no, I will not take that. Okay, whatever you say to me, I'm going to say it right back to you. And that's that on that. So she asked her about Crystal and she's like, that's fine. I guess we got through it. But I do have an issue with Diana. So she tells her how Diana hit her with the, you can't sit here. Okay, she went and took her tray over to the cool girls table. And Diana was like, no, you need to go back to the other lunch table. Okay, you're not allowed to sit here. And she said, I feel like Diana is punishing me. So Dorit said in her confessional, well, when I asked her where we sit, she said we could sit wherever we wanted. Yes, she sure did say that, which I pointed out last review. Diana, I see straight through you. Diana is a miserable poser, honey. And it's very strange that she doesn't like Garcelle. She doesn't like Sutton. It's very coincidental, okay? The fact that Sutton is extra close with Garcelle and she has this weird disdain for Garcelle out of absolutely thin air. And I think I might know exactly the reason why she doesn't like her. And that would be because she's black. I'm just going to put it out there. You don't like her because she's black and you don't like Sutton because she likes the black lady. Okay, that's what it's giving me. So Sutton goes, next time I will get my own plane. I know that's right, Sutton. Period. Okay, they make them in your size when you got the coin, honey. Let her know. Baby, I can get my own plane. And I'm probably sitting on more racks than you are. But I just don't flaunt them the way that you do. So next time, instead of you thinking you go embarrass me, I'm going to have my own plane. And you ain't going to have to worry about it. I know that's real. In the next scene, Garcelle and her family are at home. She's just getting there. Some of the family flew in for the party. And so she's talking to her nephew and her son, telling them how Oliver surprised her at the Real and, brought her some flowers and stuff for her birthday. And so in the confessional, she was like, I'm just so proud of my son. I'm just so proud of how far he's come, basically because of all the obstacles that he had. And now here he is. And you know what? It's really great how he was able to turn things around, because when you have a celebrity as a parent, sometimes those children, they spiral and it's hard to reel them back in. So the fact that he has turned his life around, he's clean, he's now a parent, he's married, that's beautiful. And I know she's proud of that. Moving forward. In the next scene, all the ladies are getting ready, for the party. So they're showing little bits and pieces. So Sutton and Kyle FaceTime each other because, they always got to figure out, what are you wearing? Are you wearing long? Are you wearing short? What I like to do. So they call each other, right? And Kyle was like, I'm assuming that Diana's not going to come to the party. But Sutton was like, well, I texted her and she said she was coming. Now, mind you, Sutton has just stated that she texted Diana and everything was fine, right? She's like, yeah, she said she was coming. So Kyle is like, oh, really? Because I thought after that text message, she surely was not going to show up. Oh, but she is. So then they show Erika, and he go, Erika, I wonder if Jamie Foxx is going to be there. They're really good friends. Erika, you are his type now, I ain't going to lie. But leave Jamie alone, honey. Leave Jamie alone. You want you a black man, honey, because I heard how you was over there talking about, oh my God, Garcelle's son is so hot. That's why you been wearing them little ponytails from the hair store and them Fashion Nova outfits, and you ain't fooling me. Shoes, Giuseppe, dress, Shein. Baby, Erika said she want her a black man, honey. In the next scene, the guests start to arrive. Erika comes in her Cheetalicious dress, talking about she been shopping at TJ Maxx. Girl, stop trying to plant little seeds of poor, okay? Because we ain't buying it. Okay, you still got them rings, you still got them gifts, and you won't give those things back so that those people can be paid. So I don't want to hear it. So anyway, her and Sutton are being cordial/fake. And Sutton introduces her to her assistant, and they're talking for a little bit. And Erika's like, I started to call you and ask you what to get Garcelle, but I just simply got her some flowers. And so Sutton was like, oh my gosh, if Erika would have called me, what is happening here? I mean, I'm okay. If y'all want to be cool, fine. I wouldn't trust it personally, me. But I mean, if that's what y'all want to do, then go and set yourself off, child. So then Kyle and Dorit, they arrive. And, Dorit got on this one-piece jumper. I didn't like that. Kyle actually looked cute. All the ladies are dressed very love and hip-hop Hollywood. Okay, I ain't never seen Kyle in nothing like that. I would have wore that. I said, okay, Kyle, well, let's get into it. So they go over and look at the cake, right? Here go Dorit. Aw, a Birkin cake. Her first Birkin. See? And this is why I could never be in their presence. This is why I could never coexist in their space. You're not about to clown me. How do you know this is my first Birkin? Even though it is. Don't look at my cake and make no snide remarks. And then Kyle was like, yeah, I'd rather wear a Birkin than eat a Birkin. Time and time again. I try to give Kyle an inch and she takes a mile. Kyle, it does not matter what you would like. Okay, and that cake was sent over by your sister. It's not like she created that cake to sit it there and pretend like she wanted the Birkin. Like, girl, give it a rest. So baby, then Cruella DeVille arrives, aka Diana Jank, always being pretentious with her pinky finger in the air, with her confusing accent, just as ghetto as she want to be. So she walks in dressed in all black and with whoever this man is, and she's like, he's like, yeah, you wore the right color. Here she is. It's dead in here. Just come in, sit down, and shut up, okay? Or actually, if you don't want to be here, drop off your flowers and go. And y'all stop bringing me flowers like this is a funeral. Bring me a gift, honey. Bringing all these flowers up in here. So Garcelle goes, I know there's a language barrier. Maybe the doctor said take a nap instead of bed rest. I'm just happy that she rallied. Oh, child, not you happy she rallied, honey. And she could have stayed home. Quiet as it's kept. She really could have stayed at the house. So she comes in being fake, and she gives Garcelle these flowers and a copy of Room 23. Autographed. Okay, let me just continue, honey, because these ladies, she's like, yeah, the book is sold out. It's limited edition. Girl, that book on Amazon. Moving forward. So Sutton, in her confessional, she was like, Jesus must have healed Diana. Diana Jenkins a whole lie, and the truth ain't in a child. You went on a whole trip, jumped in the water, got pissed on or bit by a jellyfish, had to get pissed on, but, Erika tried to send Garcelle down there to pee on the new girl, but Garcelle couldn't be bothered. You got whatever ointment that they gave you, came back home, and you were fine. Just say you don't want to go to Garcelle's shindig. You don't want to be around these heifers, okay? You don't want to go to anything that she's throwing. There was absolutely nothing wrong with you, and you can't convince me, honey, and you ain't fooling me. So Erika is talking to Crystal, lying about her lawyers and whatnot, y'all. Garcelle is talking to Kyle, and she was like, yeah, is Kathy coming? And Garcelle was like, no, she said she was going to be in Pasadena. I mean, I read Pasadena, and then I just, glanced past it. So Kyle goes, yeah, you know what? When my mom would get invited to places, she would say, Pasadena, baby, Pasadena. And so Garcelle was like, oh, okay. So she's laughing a little bit. And Kyle goes, you know what that means, right? And she said, no, what? I'm going to pass. And so Garcelle is laughing. Garcelle, you're laughing, but Kathy never shows up to anything that you have. Not nothing. Okay? She was mysteriously sick last season, and now she ain't here this season. They be playing in Garcelle's face, baby. They couldn't pull the wool over my eyes because I would have never invited Kathy or now another place, honey. I know she might be a little bit of a kiki and she wondering who is Honky Dory, but quiet as it's kept, she don't want to come to nothing Garcelle is throwing either. Garcelle, these women don't want you in they mix. It's becoming more and more evident every single episode. Now Kyle gonna tell you to your face that Kathy basically said, I'll pass. Sure. Ooh, they better than me. So Oliver is going around. He's speaking to the ladies. Here go Erika when he leaves. Oh my gosh, she's hot. No, ma'am. Stay far, far away. Crystal was like, yeah, he is cute. I was looking as well. Girl, please. So then Cherie shows up. Hey, girl. And they're being introduced to her. And she sits down and gets right into it. I like the fact that she gets right into the group dynamic, honey. No hemming and hawing. She ain't afraid of nobody. Gets in there and she starts talking. And so she lets them know that Garcelle dated Will. And here go Erika. Oh, Garcelle has a list. Don't worry about her list. Okay, worry about yours. So then Cherie brings up how 2020 made her become one with her vagina. I was a little bit confused on that because it just seemed like it came out of nowhere. I guess she finally touched it and whatnot because she always was taught not to. And so Erika goes, well, I wasn't taught that I shouldn't touch it. I was taught that other people shouldn't touch it. And so then Garcelle brings up the fact that she used to not wear underwear and people would have to make her wear them. And so then Erika brings up Pantygate, and the look on Dorit's face when she said that, baby, I holler. I said, baby, she stumped Dorit. She stumped Dorit big time. She did not know what to say, but she tried to play it off. She was like, well, I mean, when it's this close in your face, how can you not look? Erika gets away with murder. Let Garcelle would have said that. Garcelle, that is rude. How dare you say Bubba looked at your puss? Pat the puss, Garcelle. Honey, you would have had a fit. Moving forward. Now, I don't know if that scene was edited or what was going on, but it was very misplaced in the episode and it was very random. Over on the other side, Kyle is over there being messy with the new girl, as Erika likes to call her. And she's like, you know what? I was just so taken aback at that text message, like, whoa. And so she's talking about that. Then she starts talking about how she made Sutton sit in her assigned seating. So then Diana is like, well, you know what? I had to just take a breath because I can be very direct or I can come with destruction. Well, child, we know the venom that you like to spew for no reason because you speak before thinking. And Kyle, you so pathetic. Always on the right side of wrong. Anyway, so they all start dancing, right? Because the party is getting underway. They having a good time. They got a little soul train line going. Rob is getting his entire life. Baby, Rob is getting his whole life. Here go Crystal. Rob is the life of the party. They call him Hip Hop Rob. That's what they call him, Hip Hop Rob. Okay, Crystal. Oh, child, she was saying it like a proud mom. Oh, he knows hip hop. He dances hip hop. Honey, he was giving them a little 1-2 step. So as they're going down the Soul Train line, Erika doing a little 1-2 step as well. Kyle is trying to steal the show, honey, because you know Kyle cannot have an episode where the spotlight is not semi on her or somewhat on her. She just can't live without it. So she's doing a damn split. Kyle, close your legs and get up off the floor. So tacky all the time. It's giving one trick pony. Get up off that floor. Don't nobody want to see you splitting all the time. So in the midst of that, Sutton pulls Diana to the side. She was like, yeah, you know, I just wanted to check in on you because I know that you said you were on bed rest and I just wanted to check on you. And so Diana's like, you're so fake. And she's like, what? She's like, well, you said you were on bed rest and now you're here. So it's just confusing me, honey. I'm confusion. So Diana's like, you know what? Well, let's talk about it. She's like, no, clear it up. She said, oh, okay, well, let's try that. So Sutton said, I know that, you know, what you're going through because I've had a miscarriage. So Diana tries to stop her because she's like, no, you're not going to do the fake with me. And Sutton is like, we're trying to have a conversation. So then Diana goes, well, let's converse. How do we do that? She said, okay, I'm sick of being nice. I'm done being nice. So they're going at it, okay? These two are going at it. And Diana is telling her that she's a fake and she's boring. She's like, do you want me to yell like you yell at me? Do you want me to yell at you like that? Because, you know, I'm from Bosnia and we're okay with yelling. And so Sutton is like, oh, strong Bosnian woman. Honey, I don't know what was happening during this argument. And she's like, do you want me to butt head you, ma'am? I don't know what the hell butthead is. I don't know if you're referring to Beavis and Butthead. Dude, I don't know if that's what you're talking about. But if you're talking about headbutting, whatever happens to you when your head meets me is not my problem. Because you should use your head to think and not say stupid things like you do all over the internet. Not bring it towards me because you want to play E-Honda and Street Fighter. Because if you tried to headbutt me, baby, that would be your last. And baby, let me tell you something. People in glass houses should not throw stones. You're saying Sutton is boring? You're the most uninteresting person here. The only interesting thing about you is your name. It has me a little bit perplexed. You little salamander. Always licking them lips. Girl, calm yourself down, honey. Ugh. So then Garcelle and Kyle come over because Diana and Sutton are getting into it as they get into it. And they're like, hey, what's going on? So Diana is like, yeah, we were just talking and she was being fake, saying that she cared something about me. And she's like, and you said I was rude. And Garcelle said, well, no, I was saying because of the way that you said that to Dorit, it seemed rude to me. It's like you had a chip on your shoulder. So she's like, oh, you want to take a swing at me? Come on, because you said I was rude. What? So Sutton is like, no, actually, we're, and Diana said, what? You're baking, eating vegetarians? Garcelle is like, what does that have to do with anything? Here go Kyle. Well, it actually has a lot to do with it because, she's saying that Sutton is pretending to be someone that she's not. Kyle, sit back and shut up. Okay? Be quiet. Sutton was like, you know what? You're really changing. I guess the bed rest did you some good. Baby, Sutton is eating Diana up for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. She ain't licked her lips yet. Y'all hear me? So Diana is just sitting there looking. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, Diana will be escorted up out of my party. Like, they need Kenya for her. Because y'all know Kenya good to escort a person up out of a party, honey. She would have been gone. Baby, she got the right one with Garcelle. So Kyle is like, well, okay, well, let's just reassess. So Sutton said, no, I was really trying to apologize to her. So Garcelle goes, why are you doing that? Like, she's trying to apologize to you. You don't even know her. So Diana goes, oh, are you her bodyguard? Oh, like you were Crystal's bodyguard? Or did we forget that? Anyway, she's like, how about her mouthpiece? So Garcelle said, no, she doesn't need one. So she said, you know what? I'm going to get up and I'm going to go. My kids are here. I'm not about to let you ruin my birthday party. That's it. That's all. I'm done with you. You're not about to ruin my day. So Sutton is like, you know what? I'm done with you as well. And this conversation, you're an a-hole. I have your number. Here you go, Diana. Really? Let me tell y'all something. This next part, I don't know if nobody else caught it because I love music. But let me tell you something. Sutton said, I have your number, right? Diana said, oh, really? Sutton goes, yes. 867-5309. Yes, I have your number. 867-5309. When I tell y'all, oh my goodness. When I tell y'all that was so good to me, I said, Sutton. Oh my goodness, girl. Not 867-5309. Baby, I rewound that part so many times, honey. I don't know who else caught it. But baby, that was good to me. And if you don't know that song, child, get on the Googler and put in 867-5309. When Sutton said she had Diana's number, that was all she wrote for me. So Garcelle is gone, honey. And she was like, what a bit. Absolutely. So Garcelle goes over to talk to the rest of the ladies to let them know that Denise didn't show up. She was like, did y'all notice anybody missing? Not Renna, because she wasn't coming, but Denise. And they're like, oh my gosh. So Erika's like, I told you, bitch. I told you. I knew she wasn't going to show. If you keep on befriending her, this is the third time she's done this to you. And so Garcelle is like, no, I'm not. I'm done with her. Garcelle is like, you're going to be a punk ass. And Garcelle was like, girl, I'm no punk. I'm just trying to tell y'all that she didn't come. And Denise don't want nothing to do with these ladies in any capacity, and I don't blame her. I wouldn't have shown up either. As much as I love you as my friend Garcelle now, Denise got it bad just not showing up and not saying anything. I would be done with her as far as that is concerned. But if I were Denise, I would have politely let you know, look, girl, I'm not coming. I'm no longer on this show. I don't want to be in their space. I don't want to have to explain things. I don't want to run into people I don't want to run into. I'm good, honey. I am good. So Erika is going all in, and Garcelle is like, girl, calm down. Like, you ain't never told me nothing. I All these heifers drunk. When I tell y'all the Casamigos must have been flowing at that party, because every one of them was loose as a goose. Do you hear me? Kyle was on the floor. Sutton was having a full-on face-to-face battle with Diana Jenkins. Erika is saying things that she never said before. Honey, it was just too much. So Sutton is still fussing with Diana, and she tells her, you know what? You're soulless. So Kyle goes, no, don't say that. That's not nice. Kyle, have you been present this entire time? Or are you too busy thinking about those splits? Baby, Sutton clearly had something to say to Diana, and she made sure to say it. And I don't blame her. You are soulless. And whatever she said you are, that's exactly what you are. And that was the end of the episode. Andy, I'm speaking directly to you, honey. Okay? Not that you're going to care. We can go ahead and usher out Diana and usher in Cherie. Y'all comment down below and tell me exactly what you thought about this episode. Kyle really gets on my nerves. Diana, you're very weird. You're giving little weirdo. Okay, I might have to send you a shirt, but I'm a black content creator, so that might not go over well. But you're weird. Garcelle, good job, walking away from the situation because it could have gotten ugly. Erika, I see you, okay, trying to get you a little chocolate. And Dorit, hey, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.